Alright, what's up YouTube? So it's a nice cold and rainy day, so I don't want to do M2 review today, but I thought I would go over electric cars and the BMW i3 specifically. This is a 2014 used BMW i3. It is the Terra edition. I got mine in late 2014, so I've actually, this isn't the exact same car, but I've owned one of these cars for 2 years, and I put 25,000 miles on this car, and I absolutely loved it. And I feel like people don't understand electrics very well, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity just to kind of show people what an electric car does and why I love them so much. And especially the i3. It's an amazing car. One of the best cars on sale today. Really, really good. So let's take a look at it. So everybody I showed my car, you know, had mixed feelings on the way that it looks. It's just a little small, boxy hatchback. I love it. I personally love it, have no problems, and I think the reason why I'm good with the car is because I understand the functionality. You know, there's a reason for the way it's designed the way it is, and the way it looks the way it is, and it's to be efficient, you know, efficient and not just work. The i3 is probably the first car, I swear, in 50 years where they've really got to just have a clean sheet of paper and start from the ground up and build a car in a whole new way. So yeah, let's go over it. So the looks, I like them. You know, some people have mixed feelings about. They call it their. I think they call it their. Oh, it's like a tuxedo style. Like, so they're always black here on the roof. They carry it all the way through, and then they tried to do their little eye theme through the window here, all the way back into this little thing here for aerodynamics. But yeah, let's talk about efficiency. So there is a reason for everything. Okay, so let's talk about efficiency. Let's take a look at the wheels. So there's several different wheels on an i3, and they're all designed to create less drag. Super skinny. So I think these are 155s. I mean, I can put my hand, you know, it's a little bit bigger than a bicycle tire. These are basically like motorcycle tires. And what they did is they made the wheel kind of a large wheel. These are 19s. They have 19s and 20s. And they extended the contact patch. So the contact patch down here, you have a good amount of contact from front to back, but not as much from, you know, in like depth-wise. But it still has great traction in the good contact patch. But everything's for efficiency. You know, from the way the air flows over the fender, you know, and hits the mirror and comes back, and then the choice of materials. Let's talk about materials, because the materials are pretty impressive. On electric cars, another quick thing, on electric cars, you don't have any holes in the front. There's no grills. I mean, they put this here for style, the kidney grill, but there's nothing, they don't need to catch air. There's nothing to cool down. And so, yeah, this car, you'll notice, is kind of razor blade-ish. It's pretty, like, skinny. So a really small, skinny little car, and it cuts through the air and has a low coefficient of drag, which makes it efficient and just great to drive. So let's take a quick look. So we got up top, they've got a little piece of polished carbon fiber that goes across the whole top. Let's talk about what it's made out of. So we've got lighting, we've got full LED lights. It's all plastic. So we've got plastic everywhere. So it's kind of like taking one from the Saturn days. which is kind of cool. You never see i3s with dents because, you know, it's pliable. It doesn't dent. So what you've got is you've got an aluminum rail, okay, that holds your suspension, your motors, your batteries, the whole deal. Then you have a CHRP, so a carbon fiber reinforced plastic tub that goes over the top of that. And then you've got the plastic body parts that go over that. If you wrecked this piece, you could literally just go get a new piece of plastic, have it painted, and it will literally just pop right on. So really cool way to design. Most cars are unibody. So most cars, your unibody frame starts right there at that fender line, but it's a frame, it's all one piece, and it goes into the rear quarter panel. That's a unibody, and that's how most cars are constructed. This car is not like that. This car is aluminum rail, carbon fiber tub, and then plastic panels on the back, or plastic panels on top of that. So this is the range extended model. You notice you see two gas doors. This is your battery door here with your charging ports. If it'll open. So you've got your level 1 and level 2 charge port here. And then this is like your level 3, which is a BMW kind of deal plug. Some of the dealers might have it. I've never used level 3. Level 2 charges so fast, I've never even thought about using, or level 2 charges so fast, never even thought about using level 3. I like how they put a light here. It's super nice. When it's charging, it flashes blue. So really, really cool design. And I think that's the difference between BMW and a lot of other cars, is just the engineering is so good on this car. Let's go around to the back. Really like this part of the car too. So this is basically like Gorilla Glass, like what your phone's made out of. And you've got your LED lights that are behind the piece of glass. So you have one fluid piece of glass all the way across. I think it's a beautiful design. I get why people don't like the way it looks, but I love it, man, because I understand it. I think that's really the key. You need to understand why it looks the way it looks. And for being a smaller car, when you get inside, it feels awesome. I'm 6'2", 6'3", and it's so comfortable in this car. So comfortable. So let's go over some of the inside materials. This leather is, I believe, naturally tanned with olives. So they tried to be all green. It's all supposed to be renewable. So naturally tanned with olives. This fabric's made out of plastic bottles. This is basically like glue and hemp, I believe, here. So I think this car is like around 95% renewable. So they can basically recycle this thing and do it all over again. It's pretty awesome. High quality. I love the seats. It's a nice thin high back seat. So really just kind of looks lightweight. It's manual, which is actually a good thing. You don't need motors in this. You're trying to keep the weight down, have it be efficient. The back seat is actually really good. There's plenty of room. I like these doors. I've also heard people saying they don't like the suicide door. I think it's awesome. It works great. If you do have a kid and he's in the car seat, it's easy to put your kid back in the car seat. But typically when I'm in this car, it's me and one other person. So not too concerned about the back seat. Let's take a look at the carbon fiber tub. So you've got this piece here is your carbon fiber tub. So that's your carbon reinforced plastic tub. So almost full carbon, but they made it cheaper. It's almost as strong, and it's way cheaper for them to produce. And they developed this with Boeing. So it's cars in the aviation industry always share a lot of technology, and it's freaking awesome. Awesome engineering. So yeah, carbon fiber tub. Let's take a look at the back. You got the seats that fold down. So nice. There's your little charger. This is your 110 charger that comes with the car. Honestly, it's not designed to use that charger. You can use it, I know people do, but if you buy an electric car, you want a level 2 charger. That will take 18 hours if the battery's empty to charge, and it kind of sucks. But if you have a level 2, you're talking 3 hours. You're talking 3.5 hours, this thing is basically full. So just get a level 2. If you decide to go with an electric, get it. Make sure you factor in the level 2 charger. It's the way you should do it. So let's open this up. Get back to these materials. Sorry. We got eucalyptus from Germany, which is basically like a weed. It's so abundant there, it's no big deal. Again, another renewable material. This has the technology package, which gives you the bigger nav screen, which I really love in these. I would recommend, if you're going for an i3, to get the tech pack at least. It's so nice with an electric car. Same thing with a lot of other electric cars. A nice flat floor. So you've got, oh, it's kind of bad. There we go. You've got a nice flat floor that goes all the way across. So, and the reason how you can get away with that is because you have no transmission tunnel. Typically you have an engine in the front and then transmission that kind of almost comes through the car and then back to your drive. Front wheel cars are a little different, but that's basically how it's been. On this, so this is the range extended model, which is pretty awesome. But you've got your charging port that I showed you, and then you have your gas here. So it has a gas generator, and the engine and the gas generator are in the back of the vehicle. So I can't really show you much, but they're here. So they're under this cover. That's your engine and your electronic drive. I think that's why this car is awesome, is because it's rear wheel drive. It's still really fun to drive. They never let you take the traction control off, which I wish they would, kind of. And it has like stability control that's pretty aggressive on it because they don't want people to get in trouble. But it actually has great handling characteristics. I told you about that rail. In the middle of the car are your batteries. So you have a whole battery pack in the center of the car down low that really keeps the balance awesome in this car. You have some cooling stuff up front, I think a couple little things on your tank, and then you have your it's a 650cc 2-cylinder, I believe, scooter engine they took from the motorcycle department that runs as a generator. Now, it's not a hybrid, it's a generator. So that engine is not connected to the drivetrain in any way. So it's just like you're going camping and you want electricity. It just creates electricity. Okay, so it creates enough electricity to kind of maintain 65 miles an hour. It has 2 gallons of gas, and it will do about 80 miles on 2 gallons of gas. So yeah, remember, it's not a hybrid. It's an electric vehicle with a range extender. I know they have all these different designations, but it really is a full electric with basically a backup. So this isn't my exact car, but this is what I had, just to give you a little experience. I had mine for 2 years, put 25,000 miles on it, and I think I probably used a total of 40 gallons of gas over 25,000 miles. So I almost never used it, but just knowing that it was there meant that I could use it for anything and everything every day. I never thought at all about running out of gas, running out of juice, running out of power. And the other thing I'll say about this, I think I'll get into a little more when we do the driving portion of this video, but I think people think that these aren't going to be fun or something. Like I call it a weapon. It is a weapon in the city. Like, this thing is mean in the city. It chews up cities like crazy. You go in a corner, instant torque and power. Like, it's just the best for your day-to-day run around car. So I'll get more into that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to go over. You pretty much the only maintenance you really have on an electric vehicle is basically maybe brakes, but brakes are probably gonna last 100,000 miles because it regens. You got tires, they're fairly cheap on this car. So you don't have a lot of maintenance, so you're not having to pay for gas, you're not having to pay for any maintenance on the car, and it's just a great place to be. This car is not supposed to replace your car. It's supposed to be, I feel like that's where people got it wrong. They think that it's supposed to kind of replace the car. I think honestly, I know people can't afford necessarily several cars, but I think it's supposed to be an addition to your other car. It's supposed to be another extension, another tool in the tool belt that you can use when the time is right for you to use it. So, all right, I just wanted to go over that. I think I'm gonna stop now and move on to the driving portion, and we'll put these together, and I can tell you all the little pros about electric cars when they're driving, and especially the i3, which I love. If you're on the fence about an i3, it's hard to live with that one once you've had one. It's such a great car. So anyways, we'll go do our driving review, and I will get back. Okay, thanks.